All right, so this is going to be different here. I got to talk about this, and it's been like a phenomenal but scary thing on how this is like all crawling in. Now everybody knows about the Simpsons, right? And
Yeah,
they're known for their biggest predictions that has been correct through time, right?
right.
So, and everybody got wind of this. I don't give a damn where you been. I don't give a damn if you weren't born yet. You know about these damn predictions. I know that for a fact.
Right.
And if you haven't, you need to look them up. But there's some things in here that I'm really going to share that I got to just let out because these are pretty much amazing predictions. Now, there were 20 predictions. I'm not naming all 20 of these. I'm going to highlight just some of the ones that were, in my opinion, pretty popular. So the predictions that came true, and to know that these are not like 2 years in the makings and 3 years in the makings. We're talking about some as long as 15, 20 years in the making. Okay. The one I want to point out was uh, a submersive disaster. Season 17, episode 10. And that was back in 2006. Y'all remember just when was that? I think a couple of months ago when there was a submersive Titanic that got uh sunk into the was it the uh ocean or the sea or something like that? Wasn't
I'm
that
not,
the
to be honest, I ain't familiar with all of them at all, to be honest.
okay? It was in June. It was a real life submersive carrying 5 passengers toward the sunken Titanic. Unfortunately, imploded. You don't remember that?
Mm-mm, no.
Me, you, and Mama talked about that in the kitchen. You don't remember that? You don't remember that?
Oh, you talking about this most recent one?
Yeah, in June.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, because she started coming out with all these damn conspiracy theories that's getting on my nerve because people wanted to make money off of it.
Yeah, but the Simpsons predicted this disaster,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the episode called Homer's Paternity Coot, COOT.
Help us out.
Yes, in that episode, Homer finds a man he thinks is the long lost father, his long lost father, and agrees to venture into the depths of the ocean with him in an attempt to find an old ship. Disaster strikes when Homer gets stuck, but thankfully opens his eyes in the hospital a few days later. So he was affected uh, by that ship. And of course, in June, just this past June, a real life submersive carrying 5 passengers towards the sunken Titanic unfortunately imploded. And the expedition to see the wreck dominated conversations around the world, and the tragedy has raised crucial questions about safety regulations and protocols to prevent similar event from happening again. That's one of them, and that was the 20th one. Now I know you probably ain't heard of this one, or you don't remember this one. I don't think I remember it either, but I thought I heard about it. Malfunctioning voter machines.
I know where they're going with that, but I did not know that they did an episode on that.
Yes, they did. They did it in season 20, episode 4, 2008. Treehouse of Horror 19 seems to have predicted an electoral mishap relating to former President Barack Obama. A brief moment depicts Homer voting for Obama in a booth, but is soon revealed to have been tallied as one for John McCain. A
This is
similar,
insane.
hold on. A similar event would occur in 2012 with a viral YouTube video showing an incorrectly registered vote. Instead of the vote in a booth in Pennsylvania being counted for Obama, it appears to have been tallied for Mitt Romney, sparking controversy among the public. Crazy.
The Simpsons has always been known for these conversation debaters.
I don't get it. Dude, I don't get how they figured this out. I don't know if this was just something that they said, oh, this might be common sense. I think we can figure this out. But maybe we can actually deep into the future if we keep watching these educational discovery channels.
Yeah, no doubt.
Somebody's doing it.
Yeah.
Smart watches. Season 6, episode 19 of 1995. You know how long that is?
Well, that's almost 30 years ago.
Yes.
40. No,
it's been
30. Almost 30.
Well, I think smartwatches started coming out when
2000 and 2000 and something.
Yeah. So in the season 6 episode called Lisa's Wedding, there were more than a few jokes about future tech, with only one really getting the future right. The episode showed a brief moment where Hugh talks to his watch, predicting the rise of smartwatches almost 2 decades before the first one would be introduced to the world.
So that was the 2010s.
Yes. Yep. And this came out in 95.
Yep, 2010s.
Crazy.
Because when you think about it, you remember the watches that we used to have, even though they were nothing related to it. It's just, I think they're just depicting little small things.
Yeah.
And continuing to elaborate on it as a cartoon. Remember those
talking watches?
Not the talking watches and the alarms that came with it.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I remember mine. Yeah, that was embarrassing, but yeah.
Bro, I understand, especially when you're in class and it goes off every hour. And you forgot to put it on silent.
Man, that was the worst understatement. Because not only did mine go off, mine's never shut up.
Especially that damn alarm. Annoying.
Yeah,
okay,
it was annoying, and I could not get it to stop for the life of me, and it disrupted class. And I don't think I ever wore that watch again.
I wouldn't either. Screw that. We had to get something that was quiet.
Right.
Okay. Baby translator. So this was season 3, episode 24, back in 92. So in one of the rare episodes featuring Homer's half-brother Herb, which was voiced by Danny DeVito, he manages to invent a never-before-seen device that can make him wealthy beyond his wildest imagination. Herb creates a baby translator, which is able to decode precisely what baby's babbling means. So today, there are quite a few baby translator equivalents on the App Store, like apps like Cry Translator, Baby Talk Translator, and Zelda Dream are able to approximate what an infant's cry may mean. They're not quite as sophisticated as hers, but there's no doubt the inventor will be proud of his innovation, far-reaching influence.
I think it's also insiders.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that too, Darren. Here's the one that blew me off the top. Lady Gaga and the Super Bowl.
Wow.
This was aired.
Kidding me.
Yes, season 23, episode 22. This is back in 2012. So one of the Simpsons Super Bowl episodes included a prediction of musical artist performance. In the 2012 episode, Lady Gaga visits Springfield and performed her songs while flying over an audience. and at one point played the piano during her concert. In 2017, Lady Gaga performed at Super Bowl 51 halftime show, performing her greatest hits, including Poker Face and Bad Romance. During her halftime show performance, Gaga was lifted above the audience. Later in the show, she also played Million Reasons on the piano. So I'm starting to believe that this could be insults.
Quentin Bassett.
Walt Disney and Fox merger. This was season 10, episode 5, back in 98. In the episode of When You Wish Upon a Star, Homer met Alec Baldwin, voiced by himself, and Kim Basinger, voiced herself, and decided to work for them. Homer suggested, this is crazy. Homer suggested an idea for a movie during his phone call to 20th Century Fox executives. The next scene of the episode showed that 20th Century Fox was now owned by Walt Disney. And believe it or not, the scene is now among the infamous things that Simpsons predicted. In March 2019, as in March 2019, Walt Disney announced a $71 billion merger with 21st Century Fox. And in 2021, Disney and Fox settled on the streaming rights in terms of the films that Disney would own. So in other words, this settled what movies would be solely on Hulu and Disney Plus or HBO Max and the deadline for the agreement. This is crazy.
Yeah, that may be crazy. That may be crazy, but I'm just thinking about something else too at the same time.
What are you thinking about?
A little more to the left. A little more to the left. A little more to the left. That's what I'm thinking about. That's all I could think about when I heard Kim Basinger. That's just the first thing that popped into my head. That's why I had to mute the mic.
Let me put your ease down a little bit here.
Go right ahead,
Trump presidency.
Lord have mercy. Oh, Darrell, now that I am very familiar with that.
Oh, of course you are. But this was season 11, episode 17. This is back in 2000. The episode Bart to the Future premiered in 2000, where Bart Simpson saw his and his sister's future. The leader of the country was Lisa Simpson. She mentions that the United States was tasked with fixing the economy after former President Donald Trump's presidency. Not only was Trump elected president in 2016, but one scene from the show looked as if it was almost replicated in real life. In the same episode, a crowd of people watched as Donald Trump descended an escalator. It's a scene that's now among the Simpsons prediction that came true. In reality, Trump also descended the escalator with First Lady Melania Trump while a group of supporters watched in the background.
Part of me really want to sit down and watch The Simpsons, but part of me is just like, I don't have the patience.
I don't have the patience either, but I can understand that. And FaceTime. Season 6, episode 19, also in 95. So in 95, in the episode Lisa's Wedding, Lisa went to the fortune teller that predicted Lisa's future in 2010. Lisa's future consisted of her marrying her college sweetheart. Excited to share the news, she called her mom. The phone that Lisa dialed included a screen that showed Marge's face in real time attached to a rotary dial. While Skype was invented in 2003, it served primarily as a calling service used on computers. And in 2010, Apple announced that it would develop FaceTime for Apple users. The app allowed users not only talk, my phone is hot, but to see the person that they are talking to through the phone's camera. And then the last one I want to share, the very last one, blew me away too. A Pandemic. Season 4, episode 21, 1993.
Yeah, that was freaking almost 3 decades before COVID. 3 decades, almost.
Yeah. In 93, The Simpsons first aired the episode Marge in Chains. The episode focused on Marge, voiced by Kavner, charged with shoplifting and forced to serve prison time. The rest of Springfield caught the Osaka flu after a shipment of products reached Springfield. Osaka flu caused a similar pandemic as the COVID-19 pandemic. The Osaka flu originated from a different country before it made its way to the US. In addition, the episode didn't have a treatment immediately available, and the doctor of the episode recommended that the patients got some bed rest. Celebrate.
Scientists were still testing out their vaccine to prevent COVID-19 virus. Just insane. That's all I'm going to share right now. I'm definitely going
Next week.
That's all I have. Anything you want to add to that? Absolutely not. Just phenomenal.
To sit down and watch The Simpsons again.
I'm trying to debate if I still want to do that or not. Yeah. But all right. So that ends this. We appreciate everyone taking the time.
Watch this video, of course. If you
this video, just
spam that like button to get attention to videos and all of our different algorithms.
And hopefully that will bring up other videos of ours of our own. We appreciate your support. Thank you very much for that. Of course, you can still follow us on social media, podcast updates, and all that good stuff on our handles. Twitter at DTSD
2414.
And Instagram, the watch.
And of course, YouTube, gameplay,
gag clips, and Darrell's reaction, Darren's notes. But until then, I'm Darrell. Darren's right across from me. Yep. All right. Until another one. Ciao.